Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Going for face shave today using the Secret Artisan shaving soap again. Now I'm using one of the samples. Now this one is the Fougere and it's very forward with sort of lemongrass and wintergreen, believe it or not. So it's a very off the chart sort of Fougere. I do know that he's dulled down the lemon side of it, the lemongrass, but apparently when I lather this up it's going to open up quite a bit. Now off this here, it's a beautiful citrusy, sort of almost like a minty green sort of scent. It's really nice. It smells nothing like any Fougere that I've smelled before. Now I am not a Fougere, I don't really know anything about it all. All I know is it's sort of a fern based scent apparently, and it can be whatever you want it to be. So this is the Secret Artisan's shaving soap version of it, I suppose, and it smells lovely. So because it is a sort of green, light, citrusy, minty green, so it's a really nice scent. I'm going to use this, which is my wolf whiskers. Now this is Peter Wolf's version of lime. I think it's actually called green apple now, but it's absolutely stunning. And this has got the 25mm Ultra Fan, which I'm not sure whether he still has these in stock or not. If you get a chance to get one, they're excellent, really good knots. They've got heaps of backbone, and as you can see the splay on them is just huge. So let's wet the brush and straight into this little sample tub like this. Very difficult to load, to get a good load into the brush because the tubs are so small. I'm not a big fan of small tubs whatsoever, but I get by with these just. I think as small as I could possibly go and be comfortable with would probably be Wild West shaving, and even then they're probably still a little bit small for me, but from what I've seen on the videos, you don't really need a lot on your brush to get a lather from Wild West Shaving Company soaps. So the smaller tub works for that soap, I suppose. I like to overload my brush. I don't know whether you guys have noticed. Really overload it. I'm going to try and do the same from here. Just a little bit more difficult. So the soap base on this is vegetal. There is no animal products in this soap at all. All the oils come from like shea butter and things like that. That's where all your oils come from. So it's maybe not everyone's cup of tea. I know there's a lot of people out there. I'm one of them. I love the tallow based soaps. I think they're brilliant. I don't care what anyone says, including Douglas over at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I find tallow based soaps are better, but saying that, this soap, APR, I think is vegetal. And especially Grooming Department. Grooming Department's vegetal soap is absolutely brilliant. So you can see that's really, really thick in there. Let's wet the face. My skin's still a little bit irritated, believe it or not, from my supply razor shave. So I'm still coming through that. Start back work tomorrow, so just want to get a shave done now while it's still relatively early, and it'll give me 24 hours between now and my next shave for work. So here we go, paint it on. Now, the maker of this soap got a very, very slight reaction from it because there's far too much essential oil in it, I reckon. It's very strong scented soap, it's up around about 7 scent strength. But it'll be interesting to see how it opens up with a bit of water in it. So straight off the bat, I'm getting that lovely sort of citrus hit from the lemongrass. The wintergreen is just in the background, just sort of doing its thing. Let's paint some water in. And again. Yeah. For me at the moment, I'm getting the wintergreen and the lemongrass, that's about it. There is a sort of a greenish scent to it as well, I'm not sure what that is. Almost like a woodsy sort of scent. but it's very, very much so in the background. One last dip for luck. I know this lather's taken a bit of a while. The great thing with this soap is it's very thirsty, but it's also a bad thing in terms of how long it takes to lather. But you can see it's went translucent on my skin now, pretty much all over, and that pretty much tells me now that this brush should splay. Am I getting a reaction? I don't think so, but we should soon see. Like I say, this isn't the final scent on this one. Now the thing is, I might not react to this because I might just not be allergic to any of the essential oils that have been used. I know the base is fine. All boils down to the oils in many cases for me, I believe. Now, I've used wintergreen before. I eat lemongrass. I'm not sure what else is in this soap. Well, if I'm honest, all I'm getting is lemongrass and wintergreen. Albeit I'm enjoying it. It's a very, very fresh scent, extremely fresh scent. But the lather is just phenomenal. These guys now, including the Secret Artisan grooming department, there's a lot of vegetal soaps going around now that are really cutting the mustard with the tallow based soaps. Carb Razor, once again, I'm not even going to introduce this anymore. The Carb Razor C-plate 0.85 blade gap, third or fourth. I think this is a fourth use. Yeah, fourth use on the blade. So all I'm doing with this blade really is just putting a dot every time I use it, just a little dot. So you can see there's 3 dots on there. So this will be its 4th use since new. Get that popped back on. I am starting to feel, I think, a reaction to the soap. I'm not 100% sure. I think a lot of the stuff that happens with me is like mind games. I think I'm going to have one, so I feel like I'm having one. And a lot of the times I'm not. So here we go. Fourth use on the Gillette Spoiler Super Stainless blade. And I have to say it feels as good as the first time I used it. Once again, absolutely no shave prep whatsoever. I've been out shopping with my son this morning. He's still off school. He's feeling better, but being the last day of the week, there's just no point sending him in for that last day in case he ends up getting it again. So he's just relaxing behind me, watching some gumball, I think he calls it, gumball or gumball. Right, first pass done. Right, now there's a strange thing. I was struggling with slickness on these samples. Now this is the third sample I've used. The slickness, I can tell you, is absolutely brilliant. So that further highlights my thought process on samples, that it doesn't, in my opinion, 9 times out of 10 when you get a sample, it doesn't have everything all in that tiny little tub of all the ingredients. Even though it's all mixed and it's all done and it's all churned and everything, sometimes I think you miss a little bit of the extra. And I mean, the slickness on that's brilliant. Let's see how the reaction is though. See what the burn's like. Well, I think you'd be pleased to know I'm not having a reaction at all so far. Well, it's been a while since that happened, but I've just literally run out of storage in my phone. I've been pretty good with it of late. Still very intrigued to find out how many blade shaves I get out of this blade. I cannot see this blade lasting 20 plus shaves. I'm hoping it makes a complete liar out of me. I just can't see it happening. Right, final lather. Excuse me, very citrus forward. The lemongrass and the wintergreen actually work very nicely together. But for me, that's all I'm sort of getting at the moment. So I'm hoping, I know he's dulled down the lemongrass, I'm hoping that lets the other scents in there release more. Lemongrass is a very powerful scent. Normally when people use it in curries, it overtakes, unless you're really good with your spices and stuff. Now, do you need a ladder like that for a third pass? Hell no. Is it nice? Is it fun and enjoyable making it? Hell yes. So 3 passes, no reaction to the soap surprisingly. Nice little weeper down there. Phenomenal. Now, one of the things I really enjoy about this soap, more so than very many soaps out there, is its dissolvability factor. Whenever it's lathered up, it makes a really creamy, dense lather. So when you shave it off, you think, oh, it's going to be a little bit oily, it's not going to dissipate in the water, it's not going to melt away, and it just does, it just melts off your razor. You don't have to flick your razor about in the water really hard, you don't have to do anything to get it off, it just goes. The oil content in the soap I think is pretty spot on. You can feel it afterwards, the post shave's phenomenal. I mean, the funny thing is, over here in Australia, the market's not saturated with artisans at all. When you take into consideration how big Australia is. When you take into consideration the amount of wet shavers, it's quite, nearly threw it away, it's quite tough over here. So, given that he's made a really good base in a sense, it's pretty spot on. I mean, that Jaffa one is awesome. It just smells like a sort of, a bit like a cherry's chocolate orange or a chocolate Jaffa cake. The little Jaffas that you get over here, it smells like, I mean, it's wild orange, cedarwood and black pepper, but it smells great. But the actual soap base, the soap base themselves, it's absolutely spot on. I mean, that post shave feel is just off the charts good. I am just going to finish it off today with a little bit of Thayer's lemon. I haven't used this lemon scent in so long. It was the first, it might actually be my second bottle of lemon. But lemon was the first scent I ever got and used. And it's one of my favourite scents from witch hazel. It's just pure sort of citrusy, nice lemon. Reminds me of the mouthwash they used to force down me when I was a kid at school. But it's really nice. So all in all, another cracking shave. The carve razor just performs. What I love about it is it performs consistently, excellently. There's no. I haven't had a bad shave with it yet. I really haven't. See, I'm still red raw around here. Not from this razor, from the supply razor 2 days ago. And that's where my redness has come from. But my neck's cleared up quite considerably. And a couple of ingrown hairs after using the supply razor as well. So hopefully I can get on top of that with the carve again. And I'm not going to get rid of ingrown hairs. I'm always going to have them. I just have that sort of, that way that hair grows. So maybe try a straight one day. See if a straight actually helps with that sort of thing, and see if I can get my head round using a straight instead of a chevette. But like I say, I'll have a little shot of Spencer's chevette first and see how the feather one feels like with the feather blades and not the Kai blades, and give that a bash. But yeah, do my head in this cold sore. That's the problem when you get older, you don't heal right. So that's just red. It's like if you look at Paul H now, he's got like a chunk out his chin here. He'll probably have it for life now. I know when my dad gets injured, they stay there. Yeah. Right, so the soap was Secret Artisan Fougere, which looks like that in a little sample tub. And it is a, look, for me at the moment, I haven't smelled the new formulation. I'm looking forward to the new formulation. It smells like wintergreen and lemon, or lemon and then the wintergreen. There's something else there, but I can't really discern it from those two scents. They're quite powerful scents. So it'll be interesting to see what the final batch is like, what that final scent is like. And at the end of the day, a fougere is what you make it. It's what you believe it to be and what you want it to be and what you're aiming for. It's not about picking a scent that's called fougere and making that scent. It is a custom scent sort of thing. So it's whatever the Secret Artisan wants to make. It's his fougere, it's his style of it and the way he wants it to be. But it's a beautiful scent, it really is. And luckily, no reaction to it. So I'm really happy with that. Post shave feel is off the charts, brilliant. Wolf Whiskers, green apple with a 25ml Black Wolf Ultra Flan. Ultra Flan, you cannot eat this knot, I promise you, you cannot eat it. Ultra Fan, brilliant knot, great splay, it's got great backbone, and it scrubs up an amazing lather as you've seen. I mean, the 3 lathers I got there were as good as most people's first lathers really, in terms of the volume and stuff like that. You don't need the volume. I totally agree with people that you don't need that volume for the second and third pass. It's all about slickness then. It's really just that first pass to just protect your skin a bit as you're cutting longer hairs. I just enjoy it. I enjoy making a lather. It's not about really the performance of the second and third lathers or anything like that. It's just that I just enjoy making it. I like challenging soaps. I like challenging myself. I like challenging the brush to make the best lather it can throughout the whole shaving experience, rather than just wiping on some thin stuff which will do the same job for your second and third pass. While I'm on thin lathers, if you've watched Flash Bodum's latest video, which I've just watched this morning when I was cutting some fruit salad, or this afternoon, what time is it? Yeah, it'd have been this afternoon. He does a test lather with that Williams stuff, and fuck me, he tries to. It's shit, mate. It's a shit soap. It's just, that's the end of it. It's crap. Utter crap. I don't care whether you can shave fucking 400 minutes, beats a minute or whatever. It's crap. It's crap soap. And if there's people out there using it, they're not getting the experience they should, because you can get Van de Hagen for not much more, and it's a far superior soap in my opinion from just test lathering it. So yeah, it's crap. I'm going to try. Someone showed me, I've watched the video, I'm going to watch it again and I'm going to comment. I can't remember his name, but he's just done a lather, and the way he does it, he actually gets a pretty damn good lather out of it. It looks brilliant. If I could get it to lather, it would be better. It's about the experience as well. Shaving, I like to say it's Flash, I understand that. People buy stuff because they don't like shaving. They just want to fucking shave and go to work, or shave and go and do what they do. They're not interested in spending 20 minutes having a shave, a half hour having a shave, or even 5 minutes generally. It's fucking bish bash bosh, see you later, out the door. So for that sort of convenience, I'll give it its due. It is as slick as most things on the market, Williams. So just based on that one sole single property, it is one of the best on the market for slickness. The other thing I quite enjoy about it, I quite like the scent. It smells like citronella candles. It does smell like that now, but I quite like it. I don't know whether it's the Australian side of me now that likes the citronella scent because it keeps the mosses away. But I like it. I think it's a nice scented soap, and I think the slickness is really, really, really exceptional. It's as good as most soaps out there, Artisan or otherwise. But at the end of the day, for me and for other wet shavers that I know, it's about the experience of shaving as well. Shaving is almost an exciting thing for me to do now. I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So to get a lather like that, it just sucks the life out of it for me. And it was the same with Mitchell's Wool Fat. When I had that, I couldn't lather that to save myself. So it's not in the den now. So if I ever get it back in, which I might get Mitchell's Wool Fat again if I can find it somewhere cheap enough, it's just far too expensive for what it is. But even the refill puck's like $20 or something for a refill puck, and I think that's ludicrous when you can buy a full tub of Artisan shaving soap for that I know is going to work. But yeah, like I say, Williams mug soap's garbage, mate. Just utter shit. Probably good in the 60s or 50s when it was actually probably a pretty good soap. But with the stuff we got in the market, mate, you've got stuff in your den, Flash, which is cheap as chips, but works a million times better than Williams. Palmolive shave sticks, Boot shave sticks, they all work better than Williams, and they're all not much cheaper or much more expensive, if more expensive really. I think Palmolive sticks were at Boots at one point for like 70 pence or something, I think they were. So that's my 2 cents, mate. I'm just giving you shit, mate, just for the sake of it, just because I can chuck it on the big wide web and give you shit. So other than that, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.